All right, welcome everybody to this call. I'm super excited, titled, How Do I Become a Beachbody Coach? I know you've been watching, someone invited you here, and they're doing these home fitness workouts and programs. You found them on Instagram or Facebook, or you know them in person, and you're like, what do you actually do? Like, what is this thing? So with that being said, I'm excited. Just kind of give the outline of what we're going to go over is I'm going to do the real details of what is involved. I'll share a little bit of my story, but we're going to have my friend Chris. He's lost 165 pounds in the past 17 months. He's going to share a little bit of his story, how he fits coaching into his life, and touch on a couple of points. I'm going to go through the details, and then with a little bit of my story, and then we're going to have my good friend Hannah share at the end a little bit of her story as well. And I'll introduce them as we get started with each of them individually. But we are ending the trend of obesity. Our team mission statement is empowering others to continually develop into their fullest potential. And we're creating the most reliable and sustainable source of income that can be built from home without having to leave the most important people in your life, which are your family. And I'll share a little bit about my story and what inspired me to get started. But first, I want to introduce Chris. Chris is on here live with us today. Here's a couple of pictures I grabbed from his Facebook this morning. He's lost 165 pounds, 16 inches off his waist, 18 inches off his chest, 14 inches off his hips. He's the same age as I am, 37 years old. He's created a team and a community called Team 2 Coins. He's a UK founding coach, so he lives in South Wales. He's a husband and father of two. He was just interviewed I'll let him talk about that, but he had the newspapers over at his house interview him about his story. Down 165 pounds, looks like a completely new man. I got an email from him, I think it was May or June of last year, saying, I'm sick and I'm dying, I need help. And he just came into one of our groups and the journey started. And here we are 17 months later. So with that being said, Chris, I'm going to just unmute you and hand it over to you right now.
Hey, yeah, good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you for allowing me to share my story. I never get over the privilege of it, so I just wanted to start off by saying thank you. As far as like my journey is concerned, I was basically working up to 100-hour weeks, and I was repeating a trend of, working hard for your family and basically getting sick, getting obese, and dying early. It happened in my family with a lot of the males, but specifically what motivated me to start my journey was my mother died when she was 33 of obesity-related illness, and it was actually the weight she passed away at was the weight I started on, which was 27 stone. It's around 378 pounds. And I caught myself a reflection in my laptop one evening when I was on a night shift. And I realized I looked exactly how she looked one of the last times that I saw her. And it scared me a little bit. But not that I believe in coincidence, I believe in providence. And I saw a Facebook ad, and it was Scotty, actually. Beachbody is launching in the UK, and I had like a spark of hope. So I responded, like what Scotty said, with my email. It was short, succinct, and to the point, and that's how I started my journey 17 months ago. And as you can see from the slide there, that was me at the beginning on the right, and that was me on the left just a week or two ago. Now, because I'm a Christian guy, I very readily and wholeheartedly believe in the principle of sowing and reaping. So when I started my journey, I realized very early on that whilst people do workouts and workout programs and have success, I view coaching as being a vital part of my own personal journey, because I don't think you can properly, fully engage in this without coaching. I think you can work out and you can, drink Shakeology and have success. But I think what's driven me, what's kept me honest in terms of my own journey, is reach out and helping others too. So if anyone's thinking about becoming a coach, in actual fact, I don't view it now, in retrospect, looking back at my journey, as being something that I would regard as like an optional extra, or maybe it's something, you can decide to do. I think it's vital. I think if you chose to engage with this, you would have massive success in your own personal health and fitness journey. But you'd also have the blessing of helping someone else realize their goals and reach their potential. Scott is obviously, he's done well. He's a successful coach. He's in the best shape of his life. But in reaching out to me, he's changed my life too. So yeah, I would encourage you, don't separate the two. I think they're intertwined, and much the same way as, if you get a rope or two strands of a rope that intertwine, it is stronger than just if it was on its own. So that's a very broad brushstroke of my journey. In terms of time, as cliche as it might sound, we've all got the same 24 hours, and bearing in mind that I started my journey working upwards of 100-hour weeks. So I find, I've heard a couple of other coaches say this, and it works so well for me. I find that if you look clearly and objectively at your day, there are pockets of time everywhere. Now, I know that Scotty said when I was becoming a coach, or thinking of becoming a coach, that he would set aside a block of 4 hours. And I realized that for myself on my journey, that wouldn't be that. I mean, it worked for Scotty because of how his day shaped, but I was able to look at my day, and I could get 4 hours, just not all in one go. And to give you an example of that, like now, I did just a little post before I came onto this call, advertising what I was doing on Instagram. Now that was just like 5 minutes. So I did a quick Facebook Live video, showing what I was going to do in my Instagram stories. So there's like 5 minutes. In the mornings, I have a 45-minute commute, drive or train, either one, about 45 minutes. So that's the time I use for listening to my personal development audiobooks. It's just a way of feeding into myself and, washing my brain with positive things that build me up and help me to grow into a better person. What else? Lunch times, I sit down, and as I'm eating my lunch or on my break having a drink, I'm messaging people that are in my team. So I've got like 2 15-minute breaks and one 1 hour lunch break. So you can see, if you look, there are pockets of time everywhere. And I started that on a 100-hour week. Again, there were times in there, pockets of time that I could fit things in. And what it'll force you to do is it'll force you to sort of economize and compartmentalize better. And you'll realize it's a lot like food diaries. If you have like a time diary, so to speak, you'll see how much time you either daydream or just sit there gazing at the wall. I don't know. There's lots of time which kind of just gets away from you, but if you focus, if you apply yourself with purpose, on purpose, you can find time. You can create spaces in which to coach and be coached and just learn how to live your best life. So that's how I fit it into my day. Now, it costs. Obviously, there's an investment in time, there's an investment in emotion and relationships, but there's one of like finance as well. Now, I said at first to Scotty in a phone call, oh, I can't afford that. And he was very gracious with me, very patient with me. He helped me realize that, much like time, the finance was there, but I wasted a lot of it. You know, £5 on an expensive lunch out, eating out, £5 on a coffee or whatever. You know, there are pockets of time and pockets of money everywhere. And if you consolidate, if you think, okay, this is where my money's going, if you budget your time and budget your money, you can realize that actually you do have the money. What you actually have to do is prioritize. And if it's a priority for you, you can find the money. And that's basically how I started. I don't really recall selling anything in the way that I know Scotty did to start off, which was him selling things on Craigslist. I think it was it your Xbox or something? I forget now, but it was something like that. I didn't do anything like that, but it made me think, well, I have assets. I have assets, and I can move things around and make it happen. And I did, and I got going, and through that perseverance, through that prioritizing my time and my finance, I've been able to have that transformation that you can see in the slide, but also as well reach out to others, see people have transformations, and also begin to build their business and their own communities too. So yeah, that's about it from me. Broad brushstrokes, and feel free, any of you guys, I'm sure you can message Scotty or talk to me, and we can go more in depth. But there's time and finance everywhere. You've just got to apply yourself, dedicate yourself to what you really want, and you can make it happen. You can make it happen.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chris. I'll let you unmute yourself, and I'll just continue on so that we don't take too much of your time today and we get through everything that we want to get through. I want to say thank you, Chris, for being an inspiration in our lives. It's like I'm sitting here like we're the same age, but I feel like that proud parent, you know, and your kid's making good choices and on the right path. It's overwhelming to me that this is part of my life. Because before, like, my spare time was playing video games on my Xbox. You were correct on that. So it's just awesome to know that we have the ability to make a difference in somebody's lives and to help in that transformation. Obviously, Chris did all the work. He pushed play on his workout every day. He drank his shake. He followed his meal plan. He set his own goals and for himself. But that's what we are about. I want you guys to remember that. We are ending the trend of obesity. We're going to talk about a business opportunity today, but if you're just about selling a product, you're not going to be successful. You have to care about people, and you have to encourage people and be their friend and their support through that journey. So that's how my journey started. And so I wanted to lead in with that. My journey started with going through a home workout with a friend, and he was actually my coworker. We did P90X together, and this photo, I don't want you to think it's like a 90-day before after transformation. That is 1 year. It's from May of 2010 until I signed up as a coach in April of 2011. I'd done 4 rounds of P90X home fitness program, following the meal plan and having accountability. First, it started with just my friend at work, my coworker, and then my friend started to see me lose weight. I lost 38 pounds in the first 90 days, and my friends were like, "Dude, what are you doing? Like, you have all this extra energy, you look different, you're taking a jog on your lunch break, like you're just more energetic." And I remember specifically going to this Christmas party once, and everybody was showing my picture on Facebook to everybody. They're like, "Did you see this?" And it was just, I saw people get inspired and see hope that maybe they could transform themselves. And so I fell in love with that process of just saying, hey, you should do P90X, you should do Insanity, you should do like this workout. You could eliminate soda and you could drink more water. And I fell in love with that process. I created a group on Facebook, and I started to help people. And I fell in love with that process. And I found out about coaching, just like many of you guys might be finding out about it for the first time right now, through a phone call with my coach. And she shared with me how she was She did P90X just like me after the birth of her first daughter, London. She was a bartender. She had her own bartending business, and her daughter was born prematurely, and she incurred a bunch of medical debt, and her daughter needed that motherly attention because of the premature birth that she had. And so she looked at this coach opportunity and her results with P90X and said, hey, like I'm just going to pour all my time and energy into helping people with P90X so I could be home with my daughter and raise her. And I was talking to her, and she was sharing that on the phone with me. And I remember her telling me that she was slowly paying off the medical debt. And she told me it was $200,000. And I just remember being like, whoa. She didn't say she made $200,000. She just said, I'm slowly paying it off with the money that I'm earning, helping people with P90X. And I didn't tell her at the time, but at the time, my mortgage for my house was exactly $200,000. It was like $191,000. And I didn't tell her that, but my mind started to like turn, like maybe this is the solution that I've been looking for. Because to backtrack on my story a little bit, I worked 12-hour work days. I didn't work 12 hours because I loved my job. I worked 12 hours because I'm a hard worker, and the owner of the company said, you can work as many overtime hours as you need to. As long as you're here working and doing a great job, I'll pay you the money. So I worked 12-hour days for 5 years, and I showed up at work almost every Saturday morning to do all the catch-up work and all the stuff that we were behind on. And so when Lindsay said that, I said, like, there was literally no more days, no more hours in the day for me to go get another job or go back to school or anything like that. And I was trying to figure out ways that I could cut back my overtime. And just so you guys know, my wife worked as well. She worked a night job at the Hilton Garden Inn. And so we dropped the kids off the babysitter and we worked these separate shifts. So I'd always been looking for a solution to not have to work separate shifts so we could be together at night and all of that fun stuff. Like starting a traditional business, maybe buying a franchise, maybe going back to school to get a higher paying job. Like that was always on my mind. So when Lindsay told me that, it was that moment of like, maybe this is the answer. But I want you guys to know, people ask all the time, when did you get started? I actually didn't start for another 8 months after that phone call because I was scared. I was skeptical. I'm like, is that a pyramid scheme? Is it some scam that she's trying to get me into? I don't do online things. I saw her on Facebook and Instagram and all motivational and all that. And I was completely opposite of that. I was the guy playing Call of Duty at night after my 12-hour shift and drinking a beer. And it just wasn't, I didn't see myself being able to motivate people like she was. So I had to, I didn't say I have to overcome all of that, but by doing the programs, doing the health and fitness, my mindset changed, my confidence grew. I began to believe in myself more. I started helping people without getting paid. And I grew in that confidence and that love of helping people. I remember like I was running this group, and I remember I used to walk up the stairs to my cubicle, and it was always like this dreadful walk, like another 12 days, another 12 hours in paradise. But I just remember every time I opened up my group and seeing somebody excited about their progress, it lit me on fire. Like I was excited, and it was like the only, like I wasn't excited to go to work, but I was excited to do that. And I was just like, man, this is what I need to do. And the day came on April 11th of 2011 that I was literally at that point where I didn't know how to pay the hospital bills. It was 18 days after the birth of my third daughter. And I was like, this has been on my lap for 8 months. This is the solution. And so I became a coach, and I remember telling my coach, I need to make, because I'm going to teach you guys a little bit of how to make money, how much it costs, all of that stuff. And I remember calling my coach, like right after I signed up, I need to make $10,000. She's like, what are your goals? I need to make $10,000 a year because my wife makes $12,000 at the Hilton, and we pay about $2,000 a babysitter. So if I could just make $10,000, she doesn't have to work anymore. And she's like, Scotty, I can't promise you $10,000, but I promise that your income will be a direct reflection of the number of lives that you change. So I made a decision that day. I'm already changing lives with P90X and Insanity. I'm just going to keep doing that. That's going to be my top priority. I'm going to keep doing that. And I'm going to change as many lives as it takes so that she doesn't have to go back to work, and I can eventually stop working all of these overtime hours. So guys, I'm a husband, a father of 5. When I started, I had 3 kids. I've been a coach since 2011. We're a top 10 team, number 4 in the entire company of Beachbody in 2013. We're an elite team for 5 years, 14-star diamond coach. I know some of these things, you don't know what they mean, but we could talk to you about that later. I've been a Success Club All-Star Legend for 91 months. I think there's only 7 coaches in the entire company that have done that longer than myself, and I'm proud of that because that means I've helped at least 5 people every single month get started on their journey since I started as a coach. Our team is the top 0.01% of the company. I'm a former CAB member. Basically what it means is I worked with the CEO, the vice president, senior marketing of sales. Me and 4 other coaches volunteered our time and served in the well-being of the company, making sure that the company, the CEO, the company, the employees of the actual company, Beachbody, and the coaches and you guys as customers, that everybody's treated fairly, and we take this company in the right direction to make sure that everybody's happy with where we're going. So I served on that board for 2 years. I'm a 7-figure earner with Beachbody. I've also mentored 2 other of my coaches into the Million Club, which means they've earned $1 million as a Team Beachbody coach. So with that being said, I need to say Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income. Each coach's income is a direct reflection of their own diligence, effort, and skills. So like I said, is this opportunity real? Yes, very much so real. You can see Chris's transformation. Like I am helping develop Chris, not only his physical transformation, but also building a business. And like, I want him to achieve every goal and dream he has financially. And I know it's possible for him 100%. But the opportunity is real. And I'm just going to show you guys my progression of what my income looked like as I built my business. I worked this as a full-time job. It was either go back to school or get another second job. So I worked my business as a job. Chris says how he fit his time into little pockets of time. I just, every night at 8 o'clock when my kids were in bed and my wife was at work, it was like I was at work. My business was like a job to me. So when I share these income numbers, I want you to know that that's the way that I worked my business. A cool thing we'll share at the end of this, you don't have to do anything as a coach. You can just enjoy a 25% discount. You can refer something here and there and earn a little commission. But this is what my income progression looked like. At 9 months, my weekly income was $752 a week, which was about matching what my full-time job was. At 12 months as a coach, our weekly income was $1,631 a week. At 21 months, $2,977 a week. At 2 years, $7,220 a week. At 36 months, we were earning $15,580 a week in April of 2014. I decided at one point, I shared it on Facebook, but I don't share my income progression after my first 3 years. But the opportunity is real. I want you guys to know, without going into all the detail, I'm a college dropout. I am a former rock star drug addict that fell away from my church and made poor decisions and completely changed my life. And it all started with working out and having accountability from other people and people that cared about me in my life. And that all happened starting with P90X. So I'm going to talk about Beachbody and let you guys know about the company and just go through the details. You guys have heard enough about me. Beachbody was founded in 1998. You've probably heard of many of the programs. The first really popular program was P90X. Before that, there was like Power 90 and a few other like ab and thigh workouts. It was a very successful infomercial company. And what happened is they were a very successful infomercial company, which means they do the before-after pictures. People call on the phone, they buy the program, it gets shipped to their house, and they do it. But what they found is there was this community before Facebook and Instagram called message boards on Beachbody.com. And people started to help each other and support each other. Just like you saw, like what Chris is talking about, what we do as coaches. They saw that begin to happen. And so they made this decision to add a second part of Beachbody called Team Beachbody. And that was founded in 2007. And what that meant is they developed Beachbody into a network marketing or direct sales aspect of their business. They still have the infomercial side. Now they have this direct sales side where instead of putting all the money into marketing on infomercials, when they had somebody like Hannah or Chris or Scotty share their results and somebody bought it, they paid that person a 25% commission. And that's when Team Beachbody was launched. And that was in 2007. And it's just giving everyday people like you and me the opportunity to share our results with people and earn an income doing it. So I'm going to tell you guys why Beachbody is so incredible. And my voice is a little scratchy, so give me 1 second. Beachbody is unique. There's a lot of magic that happens. Chris touched on it a little bit in the accountability aspect, but there's what I call the 4 pillars that makes Beachbody so unique and why we see so many people transform their lives physically, spiritually, mentally, and financially. Number 1, we have world-class fitness programs, world-class nutrition products and plans. We have peer support, and then we have rewards. So I'm going to walk through each of those pillars for you. First, world-class fitness. You guys have, I mentioned P90X, Insanity. There's like Turbo Fire, Brazil Butt Lift, 10-Minute Trainer, P90X2, P90X3. I'm not going to name them all, but there are a ton of them. And they're built by professionals. World-class fitness programs built scientifically up to date as time goes by to proven to get you results from home. And they're absolutely incredible. And, you know, we used to just use DVDs, but now it's on a streaming platform similar to Netflix. And it's sort of like the Netflix of home fitness and nutrition plans. It's called Beachbody On Demand. You can stream it on Roku, Fire Sticks, Chromecast, smartphone, laptops, iPads. Stream it anywhere. Basically, I'll go through costs later, but it's $99 US dollars for a year access to every single Beachbody program. I love that because when I bought P90X and the meal plan, it was $120 for the DVD set and the meal plan. So now I have the opportunity to give to every person that I meet a gym membership in their own home for $99 a year. So that is what our world-class fitness programs are. There's over 30 different programs, and there's programs for everybody. There's yoga programs. There's like a Tony Horton, the creator of P90X, has one for parents to do with their kids. Like there is literally everything that you could possibly want. Next, we have world-class nutrition. And guys, if you have questions, please put it in the chat and I'll have Hannah and Chris watch the chat box. But world-class nutrition, we have something called the 2B Mindset. It's an incredible program built by a registered dietitian who's normally $300 an hour to coach you through a meal plan in your own nutrition. She created a program that you own for life. It's got like 30 different videos that it's like she's talking directly to you, teaching you how to shop, teaching you how to prep your meals, teach you how to eat when you're out. It's $99. So that's like one of our nutrition plans we have. We have Beachbody Performance Line, which is your typical pre-workout, post-workout, like a recovery drink, slow release casein protein for at night, and all of that. We have the Portion Fix, which are those color-coded portion cups you can see there to teach you how the correct portions to eat and the right amounts and which foods to eat. And most of the workouts from 2014 forward use that meal plan. We have beach bars. If you guys were on here early, you saw me eating a peanut butter chocolate beach bar before I hopped on this call. It's like 10 grams of protein and 5 grams of sugar. So low sugar, high protein, incredible. We have Shakeology Boosts, which are, there's a bunch of different ones. There's Digestive Health, there's Power Greens, there's Focus Energy. We have the Beachbody Ultimate Reset. It's like a 21-day cleanse. You don't work out. You just follow a specific plan with some supplements that help you cleanse your body and reset your system. And then we have Shakeology, which is absolutely incredible. I haven't missed a day of drinking Shakeology for over 8 years. For me, it helped me get off of, kind of like what Chris said, it helped me get off of drinking 2 energy drinks every single day. I had the same conversation with my coach where I was like, I can't really afford. I'm working 12-hour days. I can't really pay to drink that shake. And she, by asking me enough of the right questions, realized that I was drinking 2 for $3 energy drinks, Rockstars every day, which were horrible for my health. And she helped me just replace that cost and get Shakeology for nearly the same cost. So Shakeology, it's not a magic shake. It's not just a weight loss shake. It's an all-around health, holistic health shake. It's got over 70 different ingredients in it. I'm not going to go through them all, but there's a protein blend, antioxidant blend, phytonutrient blend, adaptogen blend for your immune system, and there's digestive enzyme blend as well. So if you struggle with, probably 75% of the people I call and talk about their journey, they have a trouble with being regular. And when they start drinking Shakeology, it helps them with their digestive problems as well. But all of these dense, it's all natural. So all of these dense nutrients together really help boost your immune system and give you more energy and more mental clarity. So absolutely awesome. It's by far the best I have ever seen. One thing I love about when I first had my mom and dad use it is with my dad, I had him replace his fast food, his McDonald's, Wendy's, Subway with Shakeology. 4 months, end of the year, he had his end of the year checkup, and his HDL, LDL, cholesterol levels, his blood pressure were all in normal range for the first time in many years. So absolutely awesome, awesome, awesome. And remember, results vary with any product. So with that being said, that's our world-class nutrition. We have peer support. This picture on the top left was at our leadership event in Las Vegas this past September. Absolutely awesome. These are all people that were once part of a challenge group, building teams. We did a leadership event in Las Vegas. This bottom picture is one of our coaches is doing an insanity class for us on the beach in Dominican Republic. We took our what are called diamond coaches. When you learn about the business, we took our diamond coaches to the Dominican Republic. 50 of us enjoyed 5 days there. And I took my brand new 3-month-old fifth baby with us as well. So that was pretty fun. And then the picture on the right, I just love that. Beachbody captured that at our annual event. Once a year, we do an annual event. There's about 25,000 coaches that go. It was, I wasn't being celebrated on stage. My friend Sean was being celebrated. And I was sitting in the audience near the front, and I saw him up there, and I just ran up on stage and gave him a hug. And it was just me up there telling him how proud I was of him. So I was out of place running up there on stage because it was not my time, but I wanted to give him a hug. And it just captured a great moment of what the peer support really is. Just one human supporting another human in their life goals. So that's my buddy Sean. He's lost some incredible weight as well with P90, starting with Power 90. So peer support, I love it. You heard Chris talk about it. You're going to hear Hannah talk a little bit about it. My favorite part, I got through P90X because I had peer support of a friend and then some other people that were inspired. We just started doing it together. It's probably the main reason that I have been healthy and fit and at a healthy weight for the past 8 years consecutively without falling off the wagon. Like I've had surgery on my biceps. I had a shattered collarbone. I had all kinds of different things happen to me that most people experience in life. And I've been able to stay on track because of the peer support, because I know as a coach, other people are counting on me to show up, and it holds me accountable. So I love that aspect. It's like being a coach helps you stay healthy and fit for the long run. So now some of the rewards are, there's commissions. I'll walk through how the commissions work so you can understand how a Beachbody coach gets paid. There's product discounts, 25% discount on all products. There's bonuses should you decide that you want to grow a team of coaches. For example, I'm growing a team of coaches with Hannah and Chris being members of my team. They're former customers. Then they're like, okay, I love what you're doing with me. I want to do that for other people. That is what building a team of coaches is. So I help them. So there's bonuses for building a team of coaches. There's reward and leadership trips like you guys saw on the last slide. There's recognition like you saw on the last slide as well at events, on social media. There's learning and personal development. One thing I love about that is I've been able to, before Beachbody, I never read one book in my life. I've read 422 personal development books on leadership and happiness and psychology over the past 8 years. And that is probably the biggest gift, even more than any financial gain that I've ever gotten with Beachbody, because I could take everything I've learned from those books in inside of our team and the training and take it to any aspect of my life. I don't talk about this often, and I don't even think Hannah and Chris know this, but I'm going to share this with you guys. I was about, I dove in and I read about 52 books my first year. I listened to 52 books while I was at work 12 hours a day. And I built this team, and we were starting to grow, and I was learning to become a leader because I'd never been that before. I ran a service department, and I had somebody in my hometown who was a CEO of a global company. And he was actually the leader of my church. He pulled me aside after church. He said, I see what you're doing. And he's like, do you want to come work for me as a regional sales director, a global sales director and he told me which region it was in. And I'm going to tell you guys, he offered me a $250,000 salary to be his regional sales director. And I was only making, I don't want to say only, my Beachbody business was making $100,000 a year. And I was just about to walk away from my job, and he offered me that job. So what I say by that is all the rewards of learning, growing, being around other people, successful entrepreneurs, learning how to market, how to lead, all of these things, I know that I will never have to worry about anything. We all have things to worry about, but I know that I will be taken care of because I'm growing skills and mindset and confidence as I go through this Beachbody coaching journey. And guys, by the way, I said no to that opportunity because I worked not to travel to foreign countries to be a sales director. I was working hard so I could have more time with my family. So I want you guys to think about those types of things, like what, and Hannah will ask that at the end of this call, like what do you want out of your life? Like what are your goals? What do you want your life to look like? So those are some of the rewards, guys. When you submit your results by being in a challenge group, you get a free gift, a shirt, a goal getter shirt. They send bracelets and jackets when you advance your business. That's super awesome. There's a once a year, there's a trip. This year we're going on the largest cruise ship in the world in March 2019. My wife and I both earned it with our businesses, and we're taking 4 of our 5 kids on a cruise. And the whole cruise ship, the largest cruise ship in the world, is going to be filled with only Beachbody coaches. So there's a lot of cool rewards like that. I've been on 8 of those trips, and then I've been on 7 leadership retreats as well with the company, and 1 top 10 trip to Italy, which was like our first real honeymoon because I couldn't provide my wife with a really great one when we first got married. So there's a lot of rewards if you're willing to put in the work. So those are the 4 pillars: world-class fitness, world-class nutrition, peer support, and then the rewards. And guys, there's proven results. You guys saw it right here live on this call with Chris. You're going to see it. You saw it with my photos. You're going to see it with Hannah's photos at the end of this call. These are some other transformations I just wanted to show you. Like, these home fitness programs work. If you work out at least 30 minutes a day, you follow a meal plan, you get dense nutrition, and you have accountability, you will get results if you put in the work. And we can promise you that. And our mission, once again, is to help you live a healthier, more fulfilling life. So you guys are now at the point, how much does it cost what's my investment on my health and fitness journey? So the best way to get started is to get a Beachbody On Demand All Access Challenge Pack with Shakeology or the Performance Line. What that is a year access to the Beachbody On Demand. You get every workout for the year, and then you either choose a 30-day serving bag of Shakeology, or you get a month's supply of the Beachbody Performance Line, which is a pre-workout, a plant-based pre-workout, and a post-workout recovery shake. So Beachbody On Demand, I mentioned it briefly before, but it's $99 for the year. A bag of Shakeology is $128. I have the prices at the end in an image you can see for US, Canada, and the UK if you're if it's not transitioning right now for you guys. But a bag of Shakeology or the Beachbody Performance Line is $128 for a month. So if you break it down into 30 servings, it's about $4 a day. And remember, it's a meal replacement. So if you did the Beachbody On Demand All Access and Shakeology or the Performance Line and you bought them separately, it's $235. We have something called a Challenge Pack, and the Challenge Pack is only $160. Okay, so it's a pretty huge discount when you get it bundled together. So you want to make sure you talk to your coach before. You don't just go order on Beachbody. Talk to the person that invited you so they can make sure that get you set up with a challenge pack. And then what's going to happen, you're also going to get the portion cups that are for your meal planning, and you're going to get the coaching part is going to be free. Like the support from the coach that invited you, that's their job, is to help make sure that you get results. And I have Chris's picture here again, looking like a boss. And this is Kimberly Race. She's also a part of our team. She started right there on the left, and now she is right here. This is at the Beachbody Classic. So awesome results. My goal is not to look that shredded and ripped. I want to be the fit-ish dad. So there's something for everybody. That's what I want you guys to know. So that's how much it costs to get started on your health and fitness journey. Why partner with Beachbody? There's a lot of things you could do in this life. If you're like thinking of this as a business opportunity, I want you guys to know why you should partner with Beachbody as a coach. First with this team is I'm a man of my word. I will always be here. I made a commitment for life to help transform people with these programs that changed my life. So you can promise, you can guarantee that I will be here for you. Now, why Beachbody as a coach? Entrepreneur Magazine named us the 69 fastest growing company in America. We're an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. I share that because some people ask me sometimes, like Scotty, isn't that one of those pyramid schemes? And I'm like, what is a pyramid? Do you even know what that means? And so, no, this is not a pyramid scheme because we share a product with people. We sell a product that people consume and use. A pyramid scheme is when you sell something that isn't really there. So we have incredible products, incredible company with an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are a debt-free $1 billion company. We're the #1 fitness infomercial company in America. There's $125 million spent annually on advertising, which is pretty cool because it creates brand name recognition. Like, raise your hand if you've heard of one of these workouts before. Every single one of you guys has heard of one of these workouts. So the cool thing about when you become a coach is you don't have to sell the programs because the programs sell themselves. So one cool thing is there's up to 75,000 new customers with Beachbody every single week. Team Beachbody gives you their paying customers and commissions on future orders. What does that mean? When they sell on the infomercials or on their social media selling platforms, like the trainers, Shaun T, Tony Horton, they sell through their Instagrams and through their Facebook accounts. Those people go into a lead program, and as you build your business, you can qualify for that lead program, and you're assigned free customers that go through that lead program. There's no other network marketing company that gives you free leads through a system like that. So that's another cool benefit about Beachbody. They also give you personalized websites to sell your Beachbody products through. So the minute you sign up as a coach and your friend's like, okay, I want to try Shakeology or I want to do Beachbody On Demand, you can send them a link, they order it, Beachbody ships it for them or connects them with it, and you get paid the 25% commission. Team Beachbody handles all product orders, shipping, customer service. You don't have to put product in your garage and store it. Actually, we highly will not let you do that. You only use product that you're going to use. It's available in English, Spanish, and French. The Team Beachbody Opportunity is available in the US, Canada, and the UK. And we're launching in a brand new country, and that will be announced in July 2019 at our Coach Summit. So how does a Beachbody coach earn income? There's 4 ways to earn income. #1, retail commissions. You earn 25% commission on every product that you sell. So if, let's say, Hannah buys Shakeology from me as a customer, I would get a 25% commission. You get a 40% commission on the Beachbody On Demand subscription. So let's say my friend Tim just wants Beachbody On Demand. He doesn't want any of the supplements. He buys Beachbody On Demand from me for $99. He gets it for a year. I'm his coach. I get a 40% commission or $40 US. The second way to earn it is a team bonus cycle. It's either $14, $16, or $18 for every $300 that your team sells. So Hannah and Chris are a part of my team, for example. So anytime that they sell as they are building their team, $300 worth of sales, I get $18 as the rank of a diamond. And what I want you guys to know is if you have questions about this in more detail, we have policies and procedures and in-detail videos on how to earn income. I'm just going through the basics. So this team, to give you guys an idea, we're 45,000 people on our team across the US, Canada, and the UK. We sell about $700,000 of Beachbody product every single week. So it just shows you how this opportunity can grow and how you can build. The third way to earn income is a 10% match bonus on your Emerald coaches and above. Both Hannah and Chris are Emerald coaches on our team. So let's say Hannah earns $100 on her team bonus cycle for the week. I earn a 10% match as her coach that brought her on. So I would earn an additional $10 that week for being her sponsor. To give you guys an idea on when you saw the income possibility at the beginning, one of my coaches from Idaho Falls, from my hometown, she built her business to a $12,000 a week business. I get a 10% match on that every week. So I earn $1,200 every week as a 10% match. So that's the third way to earn income as a Beachbody coach. The fourth way is profit sharing. Every quarter, they take the net revenue, income, profit of the company, and they split it into, they take 2% of the net income and they split it. I'm not going to go into detail of the split, but they split it, and it's basically anywhere, depending on your rank, between $1,000 and $78,000 a quarter, depending on what your rank is, for profit sharing as you advance your rank. And once again, we have in-depth videos if you want to see that. Now, I wanted to make sure I shared with you the audited coach earnings statement that needs to be submitted to the IRS. The high earnings for coach, Emerald, Ruby, Diamond, and Star Diamond are $18,000 for coach. High earning of $83,000 for Emerald. High earning of like the highest earning Ruby coach is $131,000. This is for a year. The highest money earning that a Diamond coach made in a year was $294,000. The highest that a Star Diamond made was $3.5 million. The average earning of a coach is $449,000. Average earning of an Emerald coach is $3,065. I love that number because $1,000 in a year is what Gabby and I spent saving every little dollar here and there for a great Christmas present for our family. And that was $1,000. So I love the fact that the average earning of an Emerald coach is $3,000 because I know that I can help develop anybody into that position. And $3,000, I believe, will help anybody's family and make a big difference in their family's income. The average earning of a Ruby coach is $10,000 in a year. Average earning of a Diamond is $14,000 in a year. And the average earning of a Star Diamond coach is $109,225 in a year. So I want to make sure that you guys saw that as we went through the compensation plan. So now you're like, okay, what's my business investment? We talked about what's my health investment to get started with your challenge pack. A business investment is a $40 coach sign-up fee. That's a one-time fee. Then you pay monthly $15.95 monthly business service fee starting on your second month. One thing I want you guys to know is that the military sign-up fee and monthly fee is waived. One other thing to know is that if you order a challenge pack, your $40 coach sign-up fee is waived. That's if you've ever ordered a challenge pack in the past, your $40 sign-up fee is waived. So if you're in a challenge pack now or a challenge group now and you bought a challenge pack 3 months ago, 1 year ago, whenever, and you decide you want to be a coach, you pay the $40, then you submit a form and they waive that $40 coach sign-up fee for you. So that's pretty awesome. And then what are you looking at for your business investment after that? Just $15.95 a month to own and operate your own health and fitness business. So what training and resources will I have to build my business? I'm going to go through this quick because I don't want to take too much time. There's training and tools. We have a team website, a Dynasty Strong team training website. We have step-by-step processes and tools with everything that I've ever done to build my business and our successful coaches. We've collaborated, put it together, step-by-step training and tools for you once you get started. We have a national wake-up team training call with the company every Monday morning. We do team calls every Wednesday. And once again, we have that team website. There's a Beachbody Champions page where successful coaches across the company outside of this team share ideas and share tips that are working for them. We have webinars, coach opportunities. This is a coach opportunity. So you'll have the opportunity to invite as a coach to help present on these in the future or invite your friends and family and customers to come listen. And we have product launches with celebrity trainers. Next Wednesday, 11 o'clock Mountain Time, we have Sean T from Insanity on our team call talking about his newest program coming out. So we're providing all of that for your business. We have leadership training for you guys, recognition, and accountability. So how do I get started? You can either decide right now, I want to be a coach or I want to be a customer. If you want to be a coach, it's the $40 one-time fee, or you do the waive with a challenge pack. So if you haven't ordered a challenge pack, basically what you do is your coach sends you a link for signing up as a coach. You get a challenge pack in that sign-up process, and it waives it at the checkout, and so you don't pay it at all. Then you'll save 25% on all future orders, and you're going to earn money for your referrals, 25% commissions for every referral that you make, and the ability to start building a team right away. And you don't have to, there's no requirement on how much to sell or how much to order. You can even just be a coach just to get a 25% discount on your own Shakeology. If you're not ready for that, that's okay. You can just be a customer. The challenge pack costs the same. whether you're signing up as a coach or a customer. The only thing to know is there's not future savings on your Shakeology. You pay full retail on Beachbody Performance Line, Shakeology, any products you get in the future, and you don't have the ability to earn commissions as a customer. You can transition from a customer to a coach at any point. Also, there's no obligations. If you're like, this thing is not for me, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee on a challenge pack. So how do I get started? Let your coach know you're ready to start. That's the first step. Number 2, your coach will send you a share a cart with the package that you need, or they'll send you a direct link for your coach sign up. And once you use that link to sign up, you're going to be officially signed up as a coach, and you can begin enjoying the 25% discount immediately right away and have the ability to start building your own business. So I want to go through the prices real quick, and then I'll pass it over to Hannah. These are the retail prices broken down into countries. Beachbody On Demand, US is $99, Canada, 99 Canadian dollars, UK is 99 pounds. Shakeology, 128 US dollars. Coach discount price, 25% discount is 97.46. If you're in Canada, it's 155 Canadian. Coach discount is 116 Canadian. If you're in the UK, it's 108 British pounds, and the coach discount is 81. Cool thing to know about if you're in the UK is Shakeology is not listed as a supplement. It's listed as a food source, so there's no VAT, there's no tax on Shakeology, which is awesome. We have it in the US and Canada, but in the UK, they don't have that. Monthly coach fee, you guys can see it there, $15.95 a month in US, $17.95 Canadian, UK $15.95. Beachbody On Demand All Access Challenge Pack, $160 in the US, Canada $186, and the UK $160. One thing I want you guys to know before I pass it to Hannah is that this month is No Excuse November, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all of that. Any package 160 and above is $20 discounted. So it's $140 until the last day of November. So with that being said, I'm going to pass the time over to Hannah. This is her transformation. I remember the first day she posted this photo up and made that courageous post. I remember she wasn't excited about doing that, but it's awesome to see the transformation she has made as a new mom. She is a wife, mom of a 1-year-old Lila. She's associate director of the NHS. She's now a PYO Live instructor, so she gets to teach live PYO classes, which is a combination of Pilates and yoga, and she is a leader on Team Dynasty Strong. So with that being said, Hannah, you are unmuted.
Hey, thanks. Thanks for the introduction. It's so funny reading it, Mom. Anyway, yeah, thanks for letting me talk. So I just wanted to very quickly share a little bit about my journey and my story with Beachbody and the reasons why I became a coach, and like how absolutely petrified I was of taking a jump into this business, because it's really scary starting something new, isn't it? So I've known about Beachbody and done Beachbody programs since 2011. In fact, it was my little brother who introduced P90X to me, and we started about a year before we got married. And he was like, oh, I'm going to do this home workout. I've bought these DVDs. And I was like, oh, I've done loads of home workouts before. They don't work. They're a load of rubbish. No, rubbish. Anyway, I thought, do you know what? I'm going to give it a go. So we bought the DVDs. I think we bought them off Amazon. It must have been Amazon. It was before Beachbody On Demand was around. And in that year, or in the 9 months or 10 months until we got married, I lost about 3 stone and Nick lost about 4 stone. We got in really good shape. And after that, we continued to do Insanity, Asylum. I did Turbo Fire. I did so many of the programs. I absolutely loved Beachbody and everything they stood for. Now, interestingly, back then, the coaching opportunity in the UK has only been here since October 2017. So I was part of a group on Facebook called Is Anybody in the UK Doing P90X? And it was basically a group of us all doing Beachbody programs, and it was like one of these accountability and support groups, but without being an official group. And I was part of it from then. I loved everything that it stood for. I made so many friends, and actually a couple of people that are now in my team are people from way back then, which is amazing. So I love the community and everything it stood for. I then fell out of love with fitness, and I've been a chronic yo-yo dieter for years. I was quite a big kid. I was always told I was an endomorph and I was made to be bigger. I've got polycystic ovary syndrome. So, you know, my weight literally does this. I've got emotional eating problems. There's so many things that I could tell you, and I won't go into all of them because you do not need to know what the internal cogs in my head do every day. Yeah, I was told I could never have kids. So I then got pregnant with Lila. And of course, I was over the moon. I then had some problems in early pregnancy, which meant that I couldn't do any workouts. And that really affected my mental health. And I put on over 3 stone during my pregnancy. So afterwards, I was just like, I was in a really bad place. I didn't have postnatal depression as such, but I had a very, very difficult birth, and that left me with quite a lot of trauma, and I felt very weak. I felt very uncomfortable on my own skin. I was a size 16, which I think in the US is a size 20. Is that right? I think. And as you can see from this picture, like I wouldn't take pictures of myself, and I hated my husband for taking this picture. I really, really hated it. But it was one of the first times that I sat reading to Lila, and he was like, you can't delete this picture. And I'm really pleased he didn't delete it, because actually that represents so much more for me now, and part of my journey. And actually looking back, that is a completely different person, not just on the outside, but on the inside as well. You know, I had no confidence. I was a new mum, and yes, I had other mums around me supporting me, but I felt really alone. Like, I just, you know, I had no confidence. I didn't know who to talk to, and it was just horrible. And I remember saying to Nick one day, like, oh, I wonder what new Beachbody programs have come out since, you know, since we haven't done any programs for so long. And I found Pio, and I thought, well, that's really ideal. Like, I haven't got to have any equipment. Like, Lila can stay in the front room and I can do the workouts. And I've got loads of pictures, actually. If you scroll right back to like ages ago in my Instagram's account, there's pictures of Lila and I doing it there. And yeah, so I started getting back into that, and I reconnected with Scotty. He was part of that Is Anybody in the UK Doing P90X? And yeah, started basically re-engaging with that community and really, really loving everything that it stood for again, and really falling back in love with my fitness. But all of a sudden I had a completely different purpose. It wasn't about being thin or being the skinniest or the lowest weight or looking amazing. For me now, all of a sudden, it was about being around for as long as I could for my little girl and living my healthiest life. Now, I've got a family who are all quite large. They've got a number of health problems, and the thought terrifies me that they're not going to be there to see Lila grow up. And I thought, like, I can't let that be me as well. I can't be the one to, you know, treat myself so badly and, you know, fuel my body and my mind with such negativity that I'm not going to be around to bring up my little girl. And that thought, yeah, it absolutely petrified me. So Scotty then said, oh, I'm coming to the UK in October because we're launching coaching. And I was like, really? Oh my God, that's amazing. I really want to try Shakeology. And that was what made me really excited. And at that first point, I thought, well, I'm part of the community anyway. But I really want to try Shakeology. I've been hearing such amazing things about it since 2011. So I actually signed up as a discount coach just to get my Shakeology. And I was like, oh, you know, we'll see how it goes for a month. If I don't like it, you know, I can send it back. There's a 30-day money back guarantee. But Nick and I both decided to jump in and we went for Shakeology. And actually it's like the things that it's done for me, I won't even go into those. But we then started. One of the other things, like I said, I had no confidence. I felt really alone. And one of the vital behaviors in Beachbody is about personal development. And Scotty has said, you know, how many books he read. And that's one of the things. So I work in the NHS, I work in mental health research. So for me, the connection between physical and mental health is so vital and so important. And I felt so alone, and I had no confidence, and I felt like I didn't have any purpose anymore. All of a sudden, I didn't want to be at work. Now, I am a workaholic, but I didn't want to be at work 60, 70 hours a week. I wanted to be doing something that I felt was a life of purpose and felt something that I was enjoying. And I really, really don't get it now from my job. It's fighting for money. It's, you know, it's not all it's cracked up to be. I do love everything that the NHS stands for, but for me, we don't focus on that holistic approach of being able to improve people's lives with health and nutrition, and that is what I am really, really passionate about. So I signed up. I got my coach discount. I was part of Scotty's community, and for me, it was that accountability. It was that thing that has kept me on track, and has kept me on track every single day. You know, I get up in the morning. People say, "How the hell do you get up at 5:30 in the morning when you've got an 18-month-old?" It's because I know my ladies are expecting me to show up, and they're like, "Where's Hannah? Where is she?" Oh, there she is. So, you know, it keeps me pressing play. It keeps me accountable, and I'm not perfect, and I don't ever strive to be perfect. It's about progression and improving my life on a daily basis. And my life is more enriched from doing the personal development and checking in here, but also it's helped my physical transformation as well. And for me, there's that real lovely balance between that. I've had a lot going on in my life in the last sort of 2 months. I actually had a miscarriage a couple of months ago, and do you know what? If this happened to me 18 months ago, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know how I would have got through. And I know that that sounds really corny, but it's the support and the encouragement and the love and the friendship that is part of this team, is part of my challenges. And there's a couple of ladies on here, and I couldn't have got through it without them. You know, Nick doesn't have that kind of support in his life. He doesn't have a family that are really supportive. He doesn't have a big group and community of friends. And yeah, I think I've managed to come through this much quicker and much stronger because of the enrichment that Beachbody has given me. You know, like I said, it's not just about, you know, wealth comes in so many different forms, and it's the wealth of my mind and everything else. And, you know, being able to get through all of these horrible times that, you know, has really enriched my life. I've gone back to work now. I've been back to work for 6 months, and people think I'm a completely different person. They don't understand what's happened to me. I'm so much more positive, and I see the good in everything and in everyone and in every situation. And it has just changed my life completely dramatic. You know, it's flipped it upside down. So, you know, it's improved my confidence in so many different areas of my life. And I saw some old school friends a couple of weeks ago, and they said to me, "Hannah, you are a completely different person. Like, what the heck has happened to you?" And I was like, Beachbody has happened to me. And I still think they think like I'm some kind of weird voodoo woman, and what the devil have you done with Hannah? But, you know, it's really awesome for them to see. You know, they were saying to me things like, "Wow, so this isn't just you know, you're not going up and down, you're not yo-yoing, you're not blaming your polycystic ovaries as your problem for your weight. You know, you're more positive, your mental health is better." And for other people to say that to me, I was like, yeah, actually that is really true. And that's really awesome to hear and see. But, you know, my purpose has really changed. The reason why I want to be here has really changed. And I joined the NHS because I want to help other people, and I want to improve people's lives. And I don't feel like I do that in my job, in my day job, but I do that every single day as a Beachbody coach. And if I help just one person achieve something that they want to achieve, oh my God, like Scotty was, my face literally lights up when I see people smashing their workouts, or telling me they've dropped a dress size, or telling me that they're checking in with their emotional eating and that they feel more confident. Like, I don't know, I get goosebumps every time I think about it. And it sounds really corny and really cheesy, but it's absolutely true. I didn't have an idea of what the devil I was going to do and how to build a business. I'm not business minded. Yes, I work in the NHS, but I have no idea about social media. I'm completely crap with technology. I had about 200 friends on Facebook and probably about 150 followers on Instagram. I did not know what the devil I was doing, but all the tools and the support and the training, and, you know, people sort of say, oh, like, oh, well, it's $15.95 a month. And I'm like, yeah, but look at what it gives you. They give you the tools to build your business. I still don't have an idea. And like, one of my coaches, Vic, is here, and she asked me questions, and I'm like, I don't know all the answers. I don't have all the answers, but I will go and find the answers, and we will build this business together, because in what we are doing, we are changing people's lives. We are changing people's lives on a daily basis. And I truly believe that to my core, that this business is helping people live their better lives. I was at a conference this week as part of my day job, where they were talking about how, you know, NHS spend is going through the roof, that, you know, so many people and so many, you know, millions of pounds are being spent every single week in the NHS because of all of the problems that have been caused by the obesity epidemic. You know, so many illnesses and diseases are caused from obesity, and, you know, we need to reduce the burden on our NHS, because, you know, we're an aging population. Yes, it's great that we're living longer, but if we're not living healthier, what is the point? And that's what we're here to do. And, you know, I'm not quite there with all of my family, but I've got my dad on track, and he has lost over 30 pounds doing the 2B mindset. He's got loads of health problems and can't work out. He drinks Shakeology every day, and he is improving some of the health problems. You know, his cholesterol's come down, his blood pressure's down. You know, again, it's not a magic shake, and everyone has things differently, and it changes everyone differently. But, you know, I don't have as many symptoms with my PCOS. And we, you know, there's simple things, and the nutrition programs that they put together, they are absolutely world class. These guys know what the devil they're talking about. And having faith in the program and putting your all in and just jumping in and giving it a go, like, what have you got to lose? Like, you could improve your life, and in that doing so, improve other people's lives as well. And for me, like, that's it. That's all I ever want to do. So yeah, I'm going to shut up, because I could literally babble for ages, and those that know me like know that Hannah just doesn't shut up and stop talking. So that was all I wanted to say. So there's a couple of things that I think, you know, it's always worth asking yourself, like, for whatever reason you've joined this call, if it was just to hear about, well, how do I get a discount on my Shakeology because I really, really love drinking it. You know, that's how I started as a coach. But I want you to think about, you know, what are your goals and what are your dreams? Do you want to keep, you know, putting on weight and feeling unhealthy and not feeling comfortable in your skin? Like, it can simply be about just taking yourself on your fitness journey and committing and being accountable to that. And that is exactly what coaching does, 100%. But then thinking a little bit further, like, who can you help? Like, for me, there's so many people in my life that I know their lives would be better if they had Beachbody in their life. But I'm not going out and selling that to them. I am being a product of the product every single day. I don't even need to talk to my friends about it. And people come to me and say, what are you doing? I want to know what you're doing. I want to join you. You know, so that everyone has people in their life that they can help. I 100% do not agree if you say that there is no one in your life that could have their lives improved by whatever. If you haven't done any Beachbody programs, just having their lives fulfilled with something like Beachbody, or if you know what the products are like, you telling me that there's no one out there that you know that could have their life improved slightly with whatever you're doing at the moment. And think about, you know, like for me, I said to you, I had no confidence. I felt really alone. I felt that I had no purpose. And those types of things, I know they ring true for so many people. And just thinking to yourself, you know, if I was to jump into this and give it time and give it energy and give it everything that I want to give it to, what can it do for me? What can it do for your mind? What can it do for your body? What can it do for your health? And yeah, I think that those really are some just awesome questions to sort of start by asking yourself, to really start like changing your life and changing the lives of people around you as well. Because if you're positive, other people around you, they can't be grumpy and they can't be, they have to be positive, because you're that beacon of light. You know, I read something the other day, someone said, like, don't go and see the lights at Christmas, you be the light at Christmas. And that is what I'm trying to do every single day of my life as a Beachbody coach. And it's spilling into every aspect of my life, which is what I love so much. So I guess over to you. Like, we have spoken at you for quite a while. Like, I think you can probably tell the passion and enthusiasm we have for this opportunity and for this company and for being coaches. Like, we never want to shut up. We could probably chew your ear off for another 3 hours. But you know, we just love everything that it stands for. We've covered a lot of material. Scotty's made sure that he's recorded this, so you can go back and watch and look at any of the slides. But I guess over to you guys. Is there anything in particular? Have you got any burning questions? I know I had a million questions, and the likelihood is if you've got the question, other people have got the question. So do feel free to like either type in the chat box or unmute yourself and ask any questions. Any questions in the chat box, Scotty? I can't see it.
I'm checking real quick. Okay. I had a friend ask me, like, hey, I'm not very, what did they wrote? Oh, they wrote, like, I'm not good at sales at all. Like, I don't think I could be a salesperson. What do you say to that?
I've never sold anything being a coach. I guess for me, like you said earlier, the products sell themselves. Like the programs, the nutrition, Shakeology, they are what they are. Like, they're just world-class products. There is no selling. The only thing I ever do is share me. I share my story. I share with people what I'm doing. I share, you know, how it's changed my life. And if people want to join me and come on the journey with me, then great. If not, that's also okay. That's also great. This isn't for everyone, or it might not be the right time for people. But, you know, I know that when it is the right time for them, I'm the person that will come to, because I am living these values every single day. And yeah, and they can see how it's changing me. So yeah, never sold a product in my life.
Awesome. One last question, and then we'll end it. Helen says she'll probably think of one at 2 a.m. The last question we'll have the answer, and then we'll end it, is what was the most helpful thing someone said to you about coaching?
Oh, I don't know.
I can take that one.
Yeah, go on. Go on, and I'll have a think about it.
Okay,
do you mean like as a new coach, Vic?
Yeah, so the most important thing that someone said to me about coaching was when I told Lindsay, my coach is Lindsay, I said, hey, I need to make, I'm going to treat this like a real business. I need to make $10,000 a year. And she said, I can't promise you $10,000, but your income will be a direct reflection of the number of lives that you change. So that was the most important thing to me, because it took my mind off of, I need to sell this many things to achieve this X amount of dollars in business, to focus on helping people, and the rest will work out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I would definitely say that to people. Like, I'm not a money person, and Scotty will tell you, you know, we had when he came to stay with us in the UK, and everyone thought, that's really weird. You've got people coming over from the States that you've never met before to come and stay in your house. Like, that's weird. But it didn't feel weird, because I felt like I knew Scotty and Gabby inside out before they even stepped foot on UK soil. But yeah, you know, Nick is a real details person, was like, well, how do you make money? And what's a team bonus cycle? And what's this? And what's that? And I guess for me, like, the best, and I'm not that sort of person. Like, that just stresses me out, and I get overwhelmed with that sort of thing. I think the most helpful thing I would say to a new coach is just relax and have fun and enjoy sharing your story and helping other people, and know that even if people aren't joining you on your journey, they are watching you and they want to see you succeed, and then they will join you. So just be consistent and keep going.
Perfect. Awesome. We'll let everybody go for the night. This was recorded, so if this might be for somebody also that you know, make sure that you can reach out to one of us and share it with them. And then if you're ready to get started, just reach out to the person that invited you here, and they will step you through the process from, here's your link to get signed up, and then they'll get you started, plugged into the team pages, and plugged into the step-by-step training on how to get started with your business, or into the challenge group to just start working on your own health and fitness journey, depending on what your goals are. All right, guys, we'll see ya, and good night.
Night. Take care.